So would I interview Erika Patterson? This is a question that I keep getting in comments, I keep getting on DMs and emails. And oh, by the way, I'm wearing my strengthaddicts.com t-shirt because this is my bodybuilding website that I've had since 2008. So definitely check out strengthaddicts.com and follow Strength Addicts on all social media platforms. So because people are going to say, like, what are you wearing? And this is what I'm wearing. I would be happy to do an interview with Erika. And as you guys know, I'm a licensed practicing attorney. That is my 9-to-5 job. And there's some other great attorneys. I say other great attorneys. I'm a great attorney. I'm very proud of myself. There's some great attorneys also on YouTube that are, weighing in, and they're talking about various aspects of the trial. They're talking about various aspects of, the upcoming appeals process, which is before us now. I did see an interview that Erika did. I believe it was the Norman Nick show. I saw parts of it. I thought Norman, asked her some good questions. I don't know, like the entirety of it. I didn't watch the whole thing, and I don't know, like if they have any sort of exclusivity deals or what. I don't know. But if anybody wants to tell Erika to, drop me a line, by all means, I'd be happy to talk to her and see what we can do. I don't want to glamorize the tragedy. I don't think Norman did that either. But I do think that there are people out there that I think would. I mean, I think we've all sort of scratched the surface when it comes to, filmmakers or producers or whatever who might approach Dawn or Dr. Mary or the roommate best friend. And who knows, like maybe they'll put something together. Again, this is a viral trial. And, you couldn't ask for less sympathetic, less remorseful, less decent, less human defendant than Darrell Brooks. You just listen to him for 30 seconds and you hate him. You know what I mean? And I don't like to hate anybody. I really don't, especially somebody that has mental illness, but I don't believe he has mental illness. Maybe he has a little bit of depression or bipolar. I'm by no means a doctor or a mental health professional, but what I'm saying is that while he may have some issues, some psychological issues, they don't mitigate at all what he did. He knew exactly what he was doing, and he has zero remorse and mocked the victims in court during their impact statements and rolled his eyes, and just a horrible human being. So I don't give him any leeway for any psychological issue he may have, but even still though, I just don't like the guy, and I think most people hate him, and hate's a horrible thing, and you don't ever want to hate anybody, because actually that hurts you as well in the process. But I have a very, very, very strong dislike for Darrell, and but that is an emotion. That is an emotion. You can't deny it, whether you love him or you hate him. I don't know anyone besides Dawn and his grandma that love him, but whether you love him or you hate him, any reaction, whether it's laughter, anger, love, anything, that is something that, some scuzz bucket, wannabe Hollywood producer can, take all the way to the bank. And they're probably going to do that, but as long as the money goes to the families and to Erika and the victims, then that's okay, I guess. It's not okay, but it's not going to go into Darrell's pockets. And I know there's been a lot of donors around the world that have done a lot for the victims, but there's just never enough that can be done for them. So that was a very long tangent, but I would not glamorize or sensationalize, or in other words, I would not want to talk about what happened, because Erika was not part of what happened. I would want to talk about what Erika went through the day before, on the 20th, and with her life with Darrell, and her life in general. And I would want to know, if she was in school. I know that for the Norman Nick show that was discussed, that maybe she would go to school, or maybe she would get some training, or maybe she would, relocate. This has got to be very difficult for her. And so I'd want to talk about her and her life and her future. But I would not want to talk about, the 21st, because she wasn't, well, I guess, it's, you say she wasn't part of it, but she was, because the fight with her from that point is where this person went and did what he did. So, again, so when I do these videos, I don't like to do second takes. I don't like to, have a script. I don't want to come off here sounding like I know everything I'm talking about, like I'm like so like, you know, just like clear-headed about it. I'm not, and so I'm not going to pretend to be. So to answer the question, yes, I would interview Erika. I would prefer to not talk so much about the Waukesha Christmas Parade attack, but I guess there's really no way not to because um, this lunatic. A lot of people say it, and I believe it in part that the reason that he did what he did was because he was simply mad because he fought with a woman that wanted no part with him. You know what I mean? That's why you can't say, oh, Darrell's got mental health issues, like Dawn tried to say. No, he's just he's a person who gets angry quickly and will literally kill 6 people and maim and injure 80 and ruin thousands of lives and not be sorry for it a second of his life afterwards. I mean, that's just who he is, and it's a shame that there's no death penalty for him. Um, I mean, I'm not even a supporter of the death penalty, but people like Darrell, that Nicholas, what's his name, Nicholas Cruz, is it? The one in Parkland, and then um, the woman that sexually assaulted and decapitated her boyfriend. They should be put to death by the state. It should be capital punishment. But again, whatever. Um, so yeah, so geez, I really I don't like talking about this, but yeah, I would interview Erika. I really would interview Erika, even though I don't like talking about this. I feel like um, she needs to get her voice heard, and I think Norman did a good job, and I think I would do a good job, and especially as time passes, there's going to be less interest in her, and so I think there's going to be less of a chance of her to be able to give a good interview, a good thorough interview, and when I say less interest in her, I mean less viral, trending, TMZ, like paparazzi interest. We will always be interested in her, meaning we people that are decent, that feel horrible about what happened, who want to see her do well. But we are not the people that make stories go to #1 on Google or Yahoo or whatever. Those are the people that are sort of like this mob that are like into like something that's hot 1 minute and then they're on to the next and on to the next, and they don't see like these tragedies or these scandals or whatever for the people involved and the people that are hurt. They just see it as something that's big and they want to talk about it and they're on to the next thing. I mean, again, nothing against TMZ, but that's what TMZ does. TMZ doesn't report on stuff that's boring or stuff that's heartwarming, or they report on stuff that usually pisses people off or that's terrible or controversial. You know what I mean? And that's just what they do, and they're very good at it. Kudos to them. But anyways, so yeah, so if anybody wants to put Erika in touch with me, then that would be great, and I would be happy to talk to her. But I would try my best to do an appropriate interview, one that does not, in other words, I'm not looking for hits. I'm not looking for sound bites. I'm not going to chop the interview into a million pieces and do a million shorts. I would just simply want to sit down and talk to her, and I would pay her for her time as well, because that's the other thing. But I'd have to figure out what that would be. I would want to have a contract so that I can use the material, and I would certainly make it as to where she could show it to an attorney, and she could make sure that everything, all the I's are dotted and all the T's are crossed, or however that saying goes. Um, Again, it's not going to break the bank or anything, but I do want to pay her for her time. I do want to give her a list of questions beforehand. I know some people might say that's scripted, but again, she's a victim also, and I'm not into ambush questions, and I'm certainly not looking to traumatize her, because she's got a lot, not on her conscience. She didn't do anything wrong, but she has a lot of pressure on her, and she has a lot of bad memories. And the more that we sort of re-dig up the past, the harder it's going to be for her to move forward. So again, I would want to do something tactful, tasteful, and it's probably not going to get a lot of hits because I'm not going to put something out that's going to get a lot of hits. But for the people that want to get to know her, that's something that I would want to do. So And I've thought about that quite a bit. Like, is there anybody that I'd want to interview out of all of the people involved? And Erika is probably the one that I really would want to interview. I have zero interest. Please don't ask, by the way, because people have asked. I have zero interest in interviewing Dawn. I have zero interest in interviewing Dr. Mary Edwards. I have zero interest in interviewing that roommate person. While I am interested in interviewing some of the victims, I don't think that I would do that just because I don't think I would be comfortable with that. I just feel like I think that they said everything they needed to say in their impact statements. Now, if they want to reach out to me, that's different. I highly doubt that they would because my channel is so small. But if ever they want to, I'd be happy to have them on. Erika, because she's already done the interview with Norman Nix, I feel like she's a little bit more out in the open. And if she wants to do it, I'm not going to contact her. I know some of you have sent me emails and stuff. I'm not going to contact her. But if she wants to contact me, or if somebody wants to have her contact me, or be a middle person or whatever, that's fine. I'm just not. I'm not looking for the interview. I would definitely do it, and I would definitely be interested to do it. But I'm not looking to do it. If that makes any sense. So yeah. I hope I didn't give you like dodgy answers, guys, but I'm really trying to grow my channel, so please like, comment, and subscribe. And like I said, I'm really trying to grow my channel, and I cannot ignore questions. I cannot ignore comments, especially when I'm getting them in my email inbox. So like I said, I would love to interview Erika. I would be very interested in interview Erika. It's not going to be your, blockbuster, trending, type interview, but I think it would be done very tastefully, very, very appropriately, and I think that it would be something good.